I just found out my husband, who's in the military, has been living a double life. You see, he was stationed in Japan, so he would go there regularly, and after he got out, he still had business relations, so he would have to go back. But then I realized it was all a lie. He wasn't going back because of the military. He wasn't going back because of, well, whatever business relations he had. No, he's going back to Japan so he can be with his mistress. And by the way, he has a kid with her. I'm wrecked. I'm ruined. And now I think that our relationship is over for good. We've been together since high school. But guys, before it's over, I'm going to ruin him. I'm going to make sure that everybody knows what he did. And, well, you guys can be a part of it. Guys, I really need your help right now. I'm feeling so lost, betrayed, and utterly devastated. I, 28, just found out that my husband of 5 years has been living a double life and lying to me about everything, and I don't even know where to begin. I guess I should start from the beginning. My husband and I met in high school, and it was an instant connection. We were one of those couples that everyone rooted for, you know. He was the most charming, sweet, and attentive guy I'd ever met. We would spend every waking moment together dreaming about our future, and when he proposed, it was like a dream come true. Our wedding was straight out of a fairy tale, a beautiful garden ceremony with all our loved ones, followed by a reception full of dancing and laughter. I truly believed I had found my soulmate. After we got married, we decided to prioritize his career. He had big aspirations but needed a college degree to make it happen. So, we agreed that I would hold down the fort at home while he joined the military, just to take advantage of the free education that they offer. It was tough being apart, but I supported him 100%. He would tell me stories about his time in Japan during his service, and I was so proud of his dedication. Fast forward a few years, and things seemed perfect. He finished his service and came back home to me, and we bought our dream house in the suburbs, complete with a white picket fence, you know, and an adorable golden retriever. It was everything I have ever wanted. Soon after, he landed an incredible job at an international company with ties to Japan. I was thrilled for him. I mean, his frequent business trips back to Japan just proved how hard he was working and how valued he was at his company. I threw myself into being the perfect stay-at-home wife. I kept the place spotless, cooked amazing meals when he was home, and always made sure I looked my best for when he got there from his trip. I wanted him to feel so loved and appreciated, you know? But as time went on, the trips got longer and more frequent, and I was spending so many nights alone, wondering when he would come back. We would have these late-night phone calls, but he always seemed so distracted, like he was somewhere else mentally. Then I started noticing little things that did not add up. Inconsistencies in his stories, weird details about his trips that just didn't make sense. But I would push those doubts away, telling myself that I was just being insecure. I mean, how could I not trust the man I loved more than anything? Everything came crashing down when I stumbled upon an email that was accidentally sent to me. It was from his boss about an upcoming trip. Something about it made my heart sink, so I started, digging through the emails more, desperate to understand what's going on. What I found, I still can't wrap my head around it. The lies weren't just about his job, but about everything. His family, his past, the real reason for all the trips to Japan. Oh boy, it was a web of deceit that left me reeling. So get this. Turns out his parents weren't dead like he had always told me. Oh no, they were very much alive and well. Oh yeah, they were filthy rich. They were living it up in Japan. And all the stuff about him being in the military, yeah, hogwash. He was wealthy to his parents, and they actually sent him to the US when he was 14 to live with his grandpa to go to school. They paid for his fancy business school education and everything, and get this. The military service, the photos in his uniform, the stories about him being stationed in Japan, all a lie. The truth is, he was flying back and forth to Japan all the time to stay with his parents and visit his mistress. Yep, you read it right. The jerk has a whole nother family. Well, I should start with the woman that he's been seeing behind my back, and I had no clue. I feel like I'm in a nightmare. The man I built a life with, shared everything with, trusted completely, he's been living the double life, pretending to be someone he's not. He's been living off his rich parents' dime and playing house with some other woman in Japan. And I've been here playing the fool, believing every lie that he fed me. But now that I know the truth, I'm not gonna confront him right away. No, I want to make him pay for what he's done. I want to hit him where it hurts, per se. That idiot didn't even think to sign a prenup so I can prove in court that he's a lying, cheating piece of crap with a secret family, and I can take him to the cleaners in the divorce. I'm just so angry, guys. I'm hurt, I'm confused, and I don't really know what to do next. How do I gather evidence without tipping him off? Should I hire, like, a private investigator or something? I mean, how do I keep myself together in front of him while I plan my next move? I feel like I'm going to explode from this rage. It should have been a giant red flag when he was speaking fluent Japanese just from one military tour. I mean, how do you learn Japanese that quick? I should have known. Please, I need your help. If anyone's been through something like this or has any advice on how to navigate, please, I'm all ears. What's up, everybody? Oh my gosh, this story is about to get so much crazier than it already is. We've heard about people living double lives before, but this one is next level. This man had a whole nother family across the country, in Japan. Well, let me know what you think about it, but first, here's the update number 1, 2 months later, and it's OP again. Hey, it's Evie. I know it's been a while since my last post, but honestly, the past 2 months have been an absolute nightmare. After finding out about my husband's double life and the betrayal that cut me to the core, I've been struggling to keep my head above water. The pain, everything, it's been eating me alive. I needed support. Well, that's where, the one person who's always been there for me, my best friend Sage, comes into play. See, Sage has been my lifeline through all this. When I told her about my husband's secret family in Japan and the web of lies that he's been spinning, she was just as shocked and furious as I was. But beyond the initial disbelief, Sage was determined to help me find answers. She's been my shoulder to cry on, as they say. Anyways, now let me tell you a bit about Sage. She's not an incredible friend, she's also a total bad butt when it comes to selling on eBay. See, over the years, she's built a thriving business shipping products worldwide, and one of her biggest markets is Japan. Sage has become an expert in navigating the Japanese postal system. Her knowledge of the country is, seriously impressive. She can rattle off prefecture names, city districts, and even specific neighborhoods like it's second nature. Little did I know, this expertise was about to become invaluable in my search for answers. Who would have guessed it? Wow. Sage and I put our heads together and came up with a plan to gather more information about my husband's mistress, Rena. I provided Sage with the email addresses I'd found, and she came up with a genius idea. She sent Rena an irresistible offer. 100% off coupon for her eBay store, valid for up to $20 worth of merchandise. And just like that, Rena took the bait. She redeemed the coupon almost immediately and provided her shipping address in Japan. It was a small victory, but it felt like a lifeline in the midst of so much pain. So, this success with Rena, Sage and I decided to try the same tactic with my husband's family, the Sakurais. We hope that by extending a similar eBay coupon offer, we could entice them to reveal their address as well. But our plan hit a major roadblock when the Sakurais completely ignored the message. No response, no acknowledgement, nothing. It was like hitting a wall full speed. And the disappointment and frustration that followed was almost unbearable. I couldn't help but feel like I was taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Every glimmer of hope was met with another setback, and it was taking a toll on my mental health. The idea of flying to Japan myself to confront Rena face to face started to creep into my thoughts. I had her address, thanks to Sage's little clever eBay scheme, and the temptation to take matters into my own hand was growing stronger day by day. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized how risky and unpredictable the plan could be. I mean, I've never even left the country. What would I even say to Rena? Does she speak English? How would she react to me showing up out of nowhere? And what if I couldn't even find her once I get to Japan? These questions haunted me, keeping me up at night and feeding the knot of anxiety in my tummy. And that's where I'm at, guys. I'm at a crossroad, as they say. The desire to confront Rena and the fear of making a rash decision. Could it backfire? Should I just up and leave this man? What do you think? Is flying to Japan to confront Rena directly a wise move, or is it a recipe for disaster? Are there any other approaches I should be considering? Has anyone, here, been in a similar situation and can offer some wisdom? I'm sorry if this post is a mess all over the place, but my thoughts are like that. And I'm just so scared of making the wrong move. I keep replaying every moment of my marriage, trying to pinpoint where it all went wrong. Or was it never right from the beginning? If you've made it this far, thank you for reading. I know I'm just a stranger on the interwebs, but your support and advice mean the world to me right now. But I think I'm gonna do it. Update number 2. Alright guys, it's Eve, and I'm coming at you with an update that's going to make your jaw hit the floor. I know I left you all hanging with my last post, but trust me when I say that crap, has well and truly hit the fan. So picture this. Me downing shots at the airport bar like it's my job. I was a mess, guys. A hot, anxiety-ridden, borderline hysterical mess. But I knew I had to see this through. I had to get to Japan and confront Reina, no matter how terrified I was. So fast forward through a blur of time zones, crappy airplane food, and metric ton of turbulence, and I finally landed in Japan. I was running on fumes, both emotionally and physically, but I managed to drag my jet-lagged butt to the address Sarah and I dug up from Reina. Let me tell you, standing outside the door was one of the most surreal moments of my life. My heart was beating through my chest and my palms were weak and sweaty, and I swear I almost hurled right then and there. But I didn't come this far to just chicken out, so I knocked. And who should answer but Reina herself? Looking like she had seen a ghost. You're Jasper's wife. I could see the horror draw in her eyes. I nodded, feeling like I had a golf ball lodged in my throat, and my first instinct was to think, she speaks perfect English. So I reply, and you're the woman he's been cheating on me with, huh? Guys, I don't know what I was expecting in the moment, but it sure as crap wasn't for Reina to practically drag me inside and start spilling her guts. She told me everything. How Jasper had fed her the same lies that he fed me. How he promised her the world while keeping her hidden away like some dirty little secret. And as I listened to her talk, something shifted in me. Don't get me wrong, I was still livid at Jasper, but I started to see Reina in a different light. She wasn't some home-wrecking idiot. She was a victim, just like me. Jasper played us both. And in that moment, I realized we were stronger together than we could have been apart. So we hatched a plan over a bowl of ramen. Reina and I teamed up to take down the man who had ruined both of our lives. It was like something out of a movie. I felt empowered, like I was finally taking control of this, and he still has no idea. But then, as I was leaving Reina's place feeling like a warrior queen, I ran smack into the last people I ever expected to see. Jasper. And his parents? They were just standing there staring at me like I was an apparition. And let me tell you the look on Jasper's face when he realized I was there in Japan, 14 hours away from home, with Reina. It's going to haunt me for the rest of my life. I don't know what's going to happen next, guys. I'm in way over my head. And I'm terrified. Jasper's parents are involved now, and I have no idea what kind of power they even wield. I feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, and one wrong move and that rock's gonna tumble into the abyss. I need your help. I need your advice one last time. I've made it this far. I'm about to go to war with Jasper and his family, and I don't know if I'm going to make it out alive. Right now, I'm staying with Reina as Jasper stormed off to who knows where. Anyways, I'll keep you updated on what happens next. But in the meantime, please keep me in your thoughts. Jasper, if you're reading this, you messed with the wrong woman, buddy, and now you're gonna pay. Update number 3. Hey guys, it's me again. So, I know it's been like me going MIA for a month. I'm so sorry for leaving you all hanging, and I did promise you an update. And then I just up and disappeared. I'm sure you've been wondering what the heck happened to me, and if I'm being honest, I've been wondering the same thing. But here I am now, and I'm ready to lay it all out on the table. Prepare yourselves because this crap is wild. So when I last left off, I was on my way to Japan to confront Reina. The woman I believed was sleeping with my husband, and I had her address from the eBay order. Was ready to go in guns blazing, baby. Well, should I say, samurai sword blazing? But let me tell you, nothing could have prepared me for the crap storm that followed. I landed in Kyoto, jet-lagged and running on pure adrenaline. I made my way to the address, my heart pounding, and I thought it might burst out of my chest, but when I got there, well, if you read the last update, you'll know. Raina. She was friendly. But the one thing I forgot to tell you guys is she has a father. And this is not just any ordinary father. Her father is very powerful. He's actually business partners with Jasper's parents, and they go way far back. But the one thing that he does not like in this world is a cheater. You see, it's deep in their culture that they will not cheat. In fact, when he found out what Jasper's been up to, oh boy, things hit the fan. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys everything that happened because I'm going to save that for the next update, simply because I'm waiting on one thing to happen. But let me just tell you, it doesn't look pretty for Jasper's family, and it's all starting to fall on him now. Anyways, guys, I'll be back for one final update. Stay tuned, because it's crazy. Update number 4. Hey, it's Evie. I know I've been bombarded with you for updates on this insane mess, and it's been quite a while since I left you hanging on the last one. Well, when I left off, Raina's father had found out about the affair and essentially nuked Jasper's family, no pun intended, from the orbit. It was a brutal blow, and I thought maybe, just maybe, that would be the end of it, but oh no, was I wrong. Jasper's parents, in a move that left me speechless, publicly disowned him. They cut all ties, wrote him out of the will, and basically left him for dead. It was their only chance to salvage what was left of their reputation and appease Raina's family. The Japanese family accepted their groveling apology, but with one condition: Jasper was dead to them forever. And yet, even after all the lies he destroyed, Jasper had the audacity to come back to America. Yeah, with a crap-eating grin on his face. He thought he could just walk away from the flaming wreckage of his life and start new. With me. But what he didn't know was that I've been gathering evidence preparing for this ultimate showdown. I lawyered up, I hit the gym, and deleted Facebook. Just kidding. But I did lawyer up. I got the best divorce attorney that I could find and went after Jasper with a vengeance. And if you're wondering about Raina, I'm still friends with her. I had to come back to America because, well, it just feels better for me to be near home. But at the same time, Raina and me talk daily. She's going to help me do this. I have proof of his infidelity, his lies, his betrayals, and when we walked into the courtroom, I was ready to burn it all down. See, the judge took one look at the evidence and was utterly repulsed. He ruled in my favor and granted me a staggering 67% of shared assets. I got the house, the cars, and more than half of Jasper's bank account, and he was left a puddle of a mess. He was left with nothing but his debts and the ashes of his former life. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys. He has a kid with Raina, a 8-year-old boy, and guess what? She's cut Jasper off from him ever talking to her boy again. Basically, Jasper's dead to everyone. You know, this should have been like a moment of triumph from me, but I do feel weariness. See, Jasper is the definition of a broken man now, and broken men are unpredictable. I mean, you know what they say? A man with nothing to lose is the most dangerous animal in this entire kingdom. I am worried he's going to try to get me back for his own mistakes that I just, well, dealt with. I've been looking over my shoulder constantly, jumping at every noise, every unexpected knock on the door, and I'm haunted by the fear that he's lurking around every corner. I mean, I did kind of ruin his life. But hey, he's the one that started it, having another family. I don't even know how he thought he could keep this up. This is no way to live, but I don't know how to make it stop. I guess what I'm trying to say is I need your help one last time. I need your advice on how to move forward, how to rebuild my life from the ashes of this nightmare. How do I learn to trust again? How do I find peace when I'm constantly battling all this consuming fear? Well, it turns out Raina messaged me. She wants to come to America for 6 months and visit the popular cities and, just see what America's about. But I'm worried that Jasper will find out and he'll go nuclear on both of us. Maybe even try to kidnap his kid. I don't know what to do. All I know is this is my final update about this because, well, I don't want Jasper to find these posts. If a man can lie to you about joining the military and being stationed overseas in Japan, imagine what he's capable of. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for me, but please In the comment section down below, I beg you, let me know what you would have done if you were in my position. Did I go too far by approaching him in Japan? Should I have just told him I knew everything and broken up and not ruined his life? I don't know, I'm left in a pickle. Anyways, see ya. Alright. There was a lot of comments. I have to get your opinion on these comments, guys, because this story was insane. First of all, I couldn't imagine finding out your significant other was having a whole nother family in a whole nother country, and everything was based off a lie. No military. His parents were rich. They weren't dead. And everything just compiled. But guys, here's the comments because, well, I need to know your opinion. These two commenters were arguing. First one says, OP, you need to go nuclear on Jasper. He's ruined your life, and he deserves to suffer for what he's done. You've got the upper hand. Make sure he pays for every single lie and betrayal. Hiring a PI was smart, but you need to take it a step further. Get a restraining order. Change all your locks. Don't give him any room to come back into your life. No mercy. You kinda left us on a cliffhanger. Here's comment 2. Well, I understand your anger, OP. Just another realist. Also, that last comment, I think advising OP to go nuclear might be more harmful in the long run. OP's already dealing with the immense stress and fear, and adding more confrontation and escalation might not be the best way to heal. OP, focus on your mental health and rebuilding your life. Legal action is necessary, yes, but don't let revenge consume you. Healing should be the priority, not getting back at him. And this is the final comment, and the person says, back to that other commenter, I get what you're saying, but you're being too soft. Jasper manipulated. Jasper betrayed OP in the worst way possible. If she doesn't stand up for herself now, he's going to think that he can get away with it. Sometimes you need to fight fire with fire. Don't give him an opportunity to come back into her life and start wreaking more havoc. OP showed Jasper and his family that they can't mess with her and expect to walk away unscathed. It's about justice, not just revenge. And honestly, we don't know what's going to happen. Guys, if there's any more updates on this story, you will be the first to know. I looked everywhere, and there's nothing left on this story. We don't really know if Jasper tried to retaliate. We don't know if he left OP alone. All we know is her life was upside down. And I do want to know some advice. If you guys can drop it down below. If you could tell OP, what would you say? Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me today. This is my revenge channel, where every story has something to do with revenge. And if you want more daily revenge stories, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And of course, remember, it's cool to be kind. Peace.